Start. Today we will discuss first about the array. Right click, okay, right click, come to the data containers, take one array. Okay, it is just an array cell, SHELL, array cell. Right click, come to the numeric, place one numeric inside the array. It is a 1D array. To convert 1D to 2D array, drag here and drag like this. First, I am going to put some value. Okay, so listen, watch. Okay, look at here. Again, I am going to create one. Again, I am going to create one. Again, I am going to create one array. Okay, again, I am going to create one array. So using this array, okay, it is 1D array. Convert, it is 2D array. This is just a array. This is just an 2D array, but no any kind of data elements are present inside this array. This array called uninitialized array, and this is called initialized array. If you will try to find the size of this array, so the size will be 0 cross 0 because there is no element. But okay, so it is just an array without any, it is just an array without any kind of inputs. Okay, it's initialized array. It is initialized array. To initialize, you need to write anything. So now this portion is initialized of this array. This portion 0 is also one value. So this portion is initialized up. Okay, other portion is uninitialized. So for that, what we can do? Let's see. Stop this 2D. Now this is 1D array. Okay, now this is 1D array, and this is 2D array. First program. Right click, come to the array function palette, pin in array index, array size. First one is array size. We'll start from this platform. Always open label, because by using label you can design your VI more interactive. Now is it array size. Right click, create indicator. Right click, create indicator. So what will be the array size? 0 1 2 3 4. The start index is 0 1 2 3 4, but array size will be 5. Okay, so if you will try to find the array size of 1D array, so you will get this scalar number 5. But if you want to find the array size of 2D array, then you will get 1D array output, because 2D has two indexing, x cross y, I cross j, a cross b, whatever you can say, m cross n. So what is the size of this array? 1 2 3 4 5. 5 cross 4. Okay, 5 cross 4. We count first row, then column. Okay, first row, then column. 5 cross 4. Okay, nice. 1 minute time, please design, all of you. And when you have done, then write in the chat section done. Good. 1 2%. Now delete this one, control B. Here one another function, index array. Yesterday I show you index array, but again I am going to show you the index array concepts. Okay, right click, variable item, connect. By using index array, you can break the array. If you are using, if you are working with 1D array, and if you are working with 1D array, and if you are connect this 1D array with the index array, then by using this index you can access element one by one according to your requirement. Okay, if I want to access if I want to access this fifth number, okay, this 8, so I need to write here 4, and then I will run, and I can access the 8. But it is for the 1D array. What happen when we will use, when we use this index array with the this 2D array? There is, okay, now look at here, there is two node are present by default automatically. One is the display, for in column, and one is for the row. So control, one is for the row, one is for the column. This one is for column, this one is for row. What happen when I will give, okay, create control column and create control for row? Okay, let's see what will happen when I will design. If you will select both column and row, then it will generate scalar value for you, element 2, this setup. Okay, okay, this setup. Let's see, we will take output for this setup from this platform. Okay, wait, I need to select all, drag it. Okay, now in this condition 0 cross 0, so I will get value 2, element 2, because 0, row number 0 and column number 0. Let's see what happen if the column number 1 and row number 0, so I will get this -2. What happen when column will be 2, then I will get the 1. What happen when the row and column will, when the row will be 2, sorry, row will be 1 and column will 2, then I will get this 0. Let's check. Okay, what happened with 2 cross 2? It's 0. Okay, so you can also take one elements. Okay, you can also take one elements, so that is not a big issue. Okay, let's see what happened. Sorry, how can we access this row? How can I access this row? Sorry, this column. How can I access this column? How can I access this column only? How can I access? So what is the rule? So look at it, is 0 cross 0, 1 cross 0, 2 cross 0, 3 cross 0, 4 cross 0. What is the common? Column 0 is common. So come here, click create control. Okay, now output will be 1D array. Now we can access this column. Look at here, for 0 we can access, for 1 we can access. Okay, so no need to connect anything in the row, connect only in column and you can access the column. What will happen if I will connect only row? Okay, how can I access this row? Run. Now I can access this row only. Okay, so look at the value of this row. Okay, so by using index array you can break, you can access. Okay, good. Please try these things and ask. When it will done, write the done on the chat section, then we'll move. We have time, we can work for till 4:40, 4:50. only 1%, 2% done. I will share one video. On that video, I will show you how can you download more other toolkits very efficiently. Sudha, okay, done. Okay, let's move. Okay, okay, Sumit sir, Rutikwesh sir, Sumit sir, please type. I cannot able to hear you. Okay, don't delete this one. It is top to design. Control P. Look at. So yesterday we had talked about the polymorphic concepts. Again, we will discuss about the polymorphic because by using polymorphic concept, you can solve lots of problem of your. Okay. Need to know data operations. If you want to become, if you have any kind of data, give me your data. I will. It's my bet. I can plot and numbers of graph. I am able to design. Design graphical user interface for you, and I will take all those kind of analytical output for you. I can design. So by using data only, if you are good to handle array, if you are good to handle array, if you are good how to know handle array, so by using handling array, you can break all those you can break any kind of data. Sorry. So here this is our normal function. It is not just a normal function. This kind of function perform two things. We can add two 2D array. Okay, we can add two 2D array. Okay, we can add 2D array with scalar value. Okay, we can add 2D array with 1D array also. Let's see. No. Okay, we can add, these are the 2D array. The dimension is different. Here we can add scalar with the vector. It means scalar with the dimensional data type, but we cannot add two different dimension data. Okay, so polymorphism has limitations. Okay, so this is limitation of the polymorphism. Okay, here you can use these functions also, comparison. Okay, you can compare two 2D array. Okay, you can compare one 2D array with one numeric, but you cannot compare one 2D array with one 1D array. This is a single limitations, okay, of polymorphism. Okay, so after that, let's come here. Try to use this function, try to design anything. If you want, you can design. Okay, let's move. Now we see about the for loop. Okay, so there are two loops. One is right click in block diagram, come to the structures. In this structures, there are two kinds of loop. This is for loop, and this one is while loop. Okay, for loop we will discuss again, for loop and while loop, but I am going to tell you only basic things. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow we will discuss what is the basic difference and what we can do. So it is a for loop. For loop is for finite time. We can run for loop with finite time, but we use for loop for finite time, but we use while loop for continuous run in finite time. To control for loop, it is a n, we create n and we place 10. So this, it means this for loop will run 10 times. Okay, so the for loop is finite loop. This for loop will run according to the value of n, but this is a while loop, this is infinite time. It is a condition terminal of this while loop. This is a condition terminal. Right now this condition terminal property has stop if true. You can change continue if true as per your requirement. When condition will be true, then loop will start. Here when condition will be true, then loop will stop. Okay, again look at here is condition terminal, right click, it is a stop if true. Okay, so create constant control. Okay, control, when you will press this stop button, so it will generate one true, then it will stop. Okay, but when it is a condition stop will true, you can change when your loop, when your condition will true, then it will stop. It's say कि when you will paid all the fees, okay, your fees, okay, when you pay your all those fees, then you can start your college. That's a rule. Okay, so that is continue if true. Your okay, the fees status is paid, it means yes, so you can start your college. Till after that, when you complete your 4 year, then you cannot after that you stop your college life. So here the condition also. So these are the, this is for loop, this is while loop. Okay, this is iteration terminal, it is iteration terminal, it is an iteration terminal. You, okay, by using this iteration terminal we can count, we count. Okay, this is very useful if you want to rewind, because this count has start from the zero, the count has start from the zero. It okay, why it is a, why this count terminal is integer i32 bit, not dbl, just because in our practical life there is no any kind of point or no any kind of work. This is that's what, how can I say, okay, whenever your loop will iterate, that loop will iterate at least one time, no half time. Okay, no half time, and the loop count will start from the zero always. Okay, if you will understand this thing, then this is very easy. Okay, so let's delete this one. Let's see, here it is for loop, and the for loop, this for loop will run 10 times because I have given 10. So what this will be generate, this for, if I will run, if I will run here, if I will hit the run button, so this simulation platform will simulate only once. At the once, this for loop will iterate 10 times. Okay, and each and every iteration it will generate value from 0 to 9. 0 to 9, that is 10 value. Okay, let's see how. Run execution, that's okay, run. Okay, highlight execution, 0 1 second loop, third iteration, fourth iteration, fifth iteration, fourth, sorry, fifth, 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, let's see again. So it will generate value from 0 to 9 for the 10th iteration. If you will ask why it will not start from the 1, so that is a useless question. My question, why when in the cricket match, the when first over has going, so we write na 0.3 ball, because first over is running. Okay, because till the time work is not done we cannot count. Okay, so by using this we can learn how to count. One thing, please do and check. All of you please reply in publicly, not privately. Other person also want to know your query. Now press Ctrl A, Ctrl U. It is okay. Now right click, come to the structure, take for loop, drag it, give the n to 10. Now I have given this n to 10. Okay, by this 10, In this example you have seen this loop, this this numeric indicator is present inside the loop, so we can able to see the output of each and every iteration. What happen when I will what happen when I will connect this iteration? What happen when if I will read the output out of this loop? What happen? Let's right click create. if you will if you will take the data outside of for loop, then you will get array. You will get data in the form of array. Let's see how. Okay, come inside. Okay, no. Okay, and delete. Okay, let's see. You know very well in the earlier example when we were okay example you have seen, when we hit the run button, it generate value 0 to 9 for each and every iteration. What happen if I will take the output? So it will create one array. Why? We'll discuss. First see, now you can see it is generating value and it is displaying numeric 2 is displaying the value, but this array is not displaying the value. Because why? When it will be stopped, then array will generate the value. Okay, 0 to 9. Listen carefully. It is a universal rule. It is a universal accepted rule with loop, for loop and while loop both. Array cannot give you data outside of loop till it's executing. Array will only give you data outside of loop when they will stop their execution. I am not using the word suspension. By using this about, you can suspend the execution of loop. But okay, so whenever you will work with the loop, don't use run continue button. Why? If you will use run continue button, then you need to stop this suspension button, that is about button. Okay, data operation. Okay, now what happened? Look at here. Now I am using this. Okay, if I will push this button, so I will not get the output as much as I want. Look at here. Okay, look at here. Again I am going to show you. Run continuous, execution highlight. Wait. Again I need to slice. Okay, clear. Run continue. Now data is coming one by one. If I will hit the about button, then I cannot get any output from platform, because about means suspend your program. Okay, so whenever you will work with the for loop and while loop, use this run continuous but run button. Don't use this run continuous button. Okay, so loop cannot generate any kind of data outside of loop till loop is executing. Okay, it's iterating or it's running. Okay, when it will complete the execution, when loop will stop the execution, then it will generate the data outside. So when you will use for loop, so the output of for loop is array, because each and every iteration loop will produce any kind of data. Each and every iteration loop will produce any kind of data. Okay, so now if you will use, so what what is the procedure? Let's again, when you hit this run button, first execute this node, and this node send the data to this n node. When this n node accept, then loop will start executing. Each and every iteration is generate one value. We can read that value from this display, because this display is present inside the loop, and the data come here, and here one buffer has been created by this index tunnel, and that buffer store all those data till program is running. When program has stopped execution, then it's passed data to the display. Okay, good. I think it's done. Now there is one more concept to learn. Control B. Now right click from this wire and connect. These are same out. Okay, and click. So you will click in the body. So for loop by default generate auto index tunnel to design array. But right click in tunnel. Right click here. Come to the tunnel mode and change it into the last value. By using this, we can only read the last value. Only the last value. We will read the last value. So what will be the last value of this loop? 9. So this will give us the only last value. Let's see how. Now you can read the data by using this. No data in array, no data is numeric. When loop will stop, then you will get only one data, that will be the 9. And by in the array, you will get all the data 0 to 9. Okay. So it is the first property. Please design, take 2 minutes. After that, we'll move and we'll do some experiment using this. When it will be done, right? Okay, done. Good. Ritukesh sir, happy? Okay, good. Let's see. First, we will try it. Okay, now there is one more concept. I am going to delete this thing, this part. Okay, delete. What is the type of this terminal? This is 1D numeric array terminal. This is 1D numeric array indicator. 1D numeric array indicator terminal. Name is 1D numeric array indicator terminal. 1D numeric array indicator terminal. More explain. 1D integer numeric array indicator terminal. Okay, 1D I32-bit integer numeric array terminal. To convert this indicator into control, right click in the terminal and come here and change to control. Now we can read this data and we can use this data as our raw data. So in the previous example you have seen, by using array we can generate, by using for loop we can generate one array. Okay, by using for loop we can generate one array. If I will run this loop, then definitely I will get one error because end terminal of this for loop is not connected. Okay, end terminal of this for loop will not connected. So now it is run executable. If I will run, so definitely if I will run, so there is no data, and this array is not execute. If this array is just array without initialize, because this loop has been not executed because we have given the 0, so it's run 0 time. Let's see again. Okay, by using array, by using for loop we can design one array. So by using for loop we can break the element of array. By using for loop we can break the element of array. Now see, in this time there is no connection with n. Okay, nothing, but I can simulate this. Okay, I can simulate this just because if you will connect any array with the for loop, then the size of for loop will, okay, the size of for loop will so array will take n, the okay, the size of if we will connect any array with the for loop, then loop will take n, the size of array. Okay, so now what is the size of array? The size of array is 10. count 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, the size of array is 10, the size of this array is 10, so this loop will run 10 times. If you want to see, okay, this loop will run 10 times. Let's take and connect. Okay, and now I am try to use this square function. Run. Now you can see this for loop will run 10 times. In this numeric you can see the value, and the value, the squared value, okay, the array is holding here. When loop will terminate, this array index terminal will send the output. Now look at here. Okay, so let's see what will happen. Again, because the size of array is 10, that's why this loop has been executed 10 times. Okay, clear, sir? So if for loop can design one array, then for loop can break the array also. How? Let's see. Control and delete this wire. Okay, let's connect with this. Now you will see we can read all this value from this platform. So can I change the value? Yes, 11 1 1 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2. Okay, you will read this value using this numeric. Okay, let's see. 11 122 1, okay, 22 32 42. So these are the, so here by using this below section we are creating one array, and we are, okay, breaking the array by the upper section. So it is array, it is auto index tunnel, so it is auto de-indexing tunnel. Okay, auto indexing, it is auto indexing tunnel, so it is auto de-indexing tunnel. Okay, please design and, okay, run. After that we'll move. When you will done, so right here, okay, TK done. Now students are dropped 45 to 40. Okay, what happened, Satyanarayana? I am not able to hear you. Please write. Tarun done. Okay, let's see. Okay, now delete this section. Okay, right click, come here, take a for loop, give the 2. Okay, so this will loop, this loop will run 2 times, we know very well. And what will be the output of I? 0 and 1. Okay, Patel, Tanvir Patel, what kind of error you are getting? Please send, okay, screenshot in the group, WhatsApp group. I will check and I will reply here. Okay, so here this loop will run 2 times, and I will generate, loop iteration will generate 0 and 1. So let's see, we can create one array. Okay, we can read by the last value 2 things. Now there is one more things. That name is the shift register. This is the most advanced, most beautiful things about the LabVIEW. Without Because without using shift register, you cannot do anything. If you the shift register, what shift register works? Shift register comes with the pairs. It is up, it is down. It means it is entry, it is exit. Okay. Shift register first take data. If I want to, if let's see, if any function is here and I want to connect this thing with this left one, then I will get one broken button. Okay. Shift register first take data. When it take data, then it's initialize. After that, it's connect. Okay. So what is the function of shift register? What is the shift register? Shift register is a memory element. It is a kind of pointer. It is a kind of memory element. Shift register is a kind of memory element. Okay. Shift register, by using shift register, you can call the previous iteration data into the current iteration. Or first, by using shift register, you can call previous iteration data into the current iteration, or you can send current iteration data to the next iteration. First data will come here, then this will transfer data to here on the next iteration. Okay, let's see. It is iteration. So there is two iteration. Iteration 0 and iteration 1. Okay. The first and it is shift register right and it is left. Okay. So I am writing shift register right and left. Okay. When you will run, then shift register right will read this data. At that time it is nothing. Okay. When it is first iteration, when second iteration, then this will transfer to this one. It will 0 and it will 1. Okay. So in the second case, we can read this 0 by using shift register. We can send our current data to next iteration, or we can call previous iteration data into the current iteration. Let's see how. Okay, right click here, connect here, right click and create constant. Just do create constant because we are initializing. Okay. Here, right click, create indicator and create indicator. Okay. To the slow processing, I am giving it time delay for the better understand of your 1 millisecond. When it will be iterate, okay, let's see. For better understanding, I need to write one program. Delete virus. Okay, delete virus. I, because either you will debate with me, 0 is displaying here. Okay, let's try to connect this program. So now 0 will convert as a 1 and 1 will convert 2. Okay, so it will generate 1 and 2. Okay, so this will generate 1 and 2, right? Now let's see. Run continuously. Okay, run. Let's see. It's generating 1. So now you have okay. Now it's generating 2. Okay, so this one which is connected here, we can generate. Okay, how to add shift register? Okay, where to add shift register? Okay, wait. Right click in body and come to the third last class, add shift register. Okay, so by using shift register, you can read the data of previous iteration. In the first iteration, it's generate 5 seconds for discussion. Okay, come here, data operations, initialize. Come here, data operations, initialize. Okay, let's see. 10 सेकंड कर देते हैं ना इसको, क्या घाटा है अपने को. रन. Now let's see, it's generating 0 plus 1 1. Now we can read from the numeric 1. Okay, there is, we can only read 0 because we are initializing this platform 0. Now when it will, now look at here, it generates 0 plus 2. When it generates 0 plus 2, at that time we can read the data from the previous iteration. Okay, so by using shift register, we can transfer our current iteration data to the next iteration, or we can call our data in current iteration from the previous iteration. Okay, so how can we add shift register? Let's see. Delete shift register. Okay, remove whether, okay, where is the, okay, where is the remove. Okay, right click, shift register. Okay, now let's see. Here I am using one iteration. What will be the output? First it will accept 0 because initializing 0 plus 1. Now it is dependent on this. Okay, now it is dependent on this 0 plus 1 1. Again it will come 1 plus 1 2. Let's see output. 0 plus 1 1. Now it's come 1 1 plus 1 2. Okay, let's change it to the 4. Okay, let's see. 0 plus 1 1, 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 1. Use wait function for timing. Yes, if you want to use delay. So it is a shift register. Okay, look at here. Drag, you can drag. Okay, to drag what? Look at here, there is small 2 dot, so drag. Now it's called stag shift register. You need to connect like this. Now we'll see only the output. Okay, here. So as per my knowledge, okay, when we will run, okay, delete this one. Okay, data operations, take one more. We will discuss is it we know what will output will come, but we'll see, we'll discuss about the numeric 2 or numeric 3. It's change, let's change numeric 2 and this will be numeric 3. Okay, now first I am going to explain. After that we'll see whatever I am explaining to you, that is right or wrong. When I will run, it will take 0 0. Okay, it will take 0 and 0. Okay, after that when it will be plus 1, it will take plus 1, but it will read 0 again. By using this shift register, we can read the data of last operation, and this will be the second last, then third last. Okay, it will last, then it is last, then last plus 1. If I will drag, then last plus 2. Okay, so first it here I will read 0, then it will be add and it will go here 1. Okay, in the second iteration I will read here 1, but it will from this platform I will read 0, then 1 will go here and 1 will be become 2 and come. When I will read here 1, then I will read here, sorry, I will read here 2, here I will read 1. Let's see, 0 0 both. Okay, 1 plus 1 1. Okay, okay, it's 1 back of this. Okay, so it is previous, so it is previous then previous. Okay, we will discuss further. Let's see, design this, take 2 minutes. Okay, right now it is 4:14. We'll start another example from the 4:15 16. Take time and design. We will design so many things. After 5 minutes, we will try to write a code to design uh, Fibonacci series. We will try to design Fibonacci series. Hello, I am taking I am taking class. I will catch you after 15 minutes. Deposit. Can we add array indicator in the lab? Why? Here no need to array indicator. No array indicator, please. Okay. Could you please explain this one more times? Definitely unable to use constant. Good. Tarun done. Okay. I'm going to explain you again all those things. But I will explain in fast. Okay. Delete. Right click. Come to the structure. Take for loop. Right click in the border. Come to the add shift register. Okay. First, add shift register will take anything. Then it will give. If you want to control inside okay, control by inside the loop. Okay, control inside the loop. If you want to control this this shift register from inside the loop, so it will first accept. Okay, if you want to connect first this part, so right click, come here, take numeric constant and connect. Now initialize. Now you can use. You cannot initialize right clicking. You can, okay, because in this condition this is just a memory location, no data types, because you can connect this one also. Okay, now add. I am taking one decrements. So now my expectation is -2 output. Okay, let's see. 0 -2. If I will give the value, okay, wait, constant 2. 0 -1 -1 -1 will come here, -1 2 -2. Okay, output is -2. Okay, if I will give the 4, so what will happen? So output will be -4 final. 0 -1 okay, -4. If you will drag it this thing like this, so you need to connect. It is cascade, sorry, stacked shift register. If you are using this stacked shift register, then by using this shift register you will get the data from the previous side. Okay, it is by this you will get data from the previous iteration. Okay, by this you will get data from the previous iteration to previous iteration. Okay, okay, we will design thermocouple modules from day by day. Ritukesh, then we'll use. Now let's see. Let's design one concepts. Okay, please come here. File. First save. First save. First save. Whatever you are place you are using, save on that platform. I am using inside the summer day 7. Inside the day 7 I will save it. Or no. Okay, Fibonacci series. Fibonacci. Okay, whatever the spelling. Now we will design one Fibonacci. Right click, come here, input. Right click. Okay, come here, take a numeric control. Okay, right click, add shift register. Okay, right click, add. This will be generate Fibonacci series for me for my this numeric time n time. Okay, this n. If I will write n is equal to 5, 6, so this will be generate 5 Fibonacci series for me. Okay, 1 1 1 plus 1 1, sorry, 1, okay, 1 1 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 3 8. If I will increase, then it will generate 13. So this is a program for Fibonacci series. Design, save this program. I went out from Zoom. Zoom. Who is went out? Name. Please try again. I will accept. Please join. Let's see. Okay. Now, if this program is done, so first I will write a simple program, then I will change that program into general purpose program. So So simple program is, what is simple program? First I am going to write a program. By using that program I will try to check positive and odd and even functions. Here I will generate a number. Now I am taking this quotient and remainder function. Using this quotient and remainder function, okay, divide by 2. Here quotient and remainder. If remainder is equal to 0, then the given number is positive and the given number is negative. Okay, so I know all of you are aware about all these functions because it's fourth day. Now right click, come to the comparison, select, okay, right click, come to the string, okay, right, okay, why, okay, why you are sorry, only odd and even, okay, if not then odd, then even indicator. Let's see, let's design this thing first. Run 0, okay, sorry, even, even, 0 is even, odd, even, odd. First design this program and write, okay, when it will done, then it is a single program. That's because I am using run continuous. Okay, it is simple program. We will design this program into the general purpose program. First design. Done, anybody? There is no any kind. There is no any kind of even and odd here. I have designed this even and odd. This is not a function. Right click in block diagram. Come to the string. First column, second last. Take a string constant and place. Okay. Let's see. Okay, after that how can we design same, okay, how can we design this odd even for 10 to 20 numbers? Let's see. This is for loop, okay, like this, okay, like this design. Okay, now we will do something crazy. control B, control A, control U. What we let's control A, control U. Okay. Now right click, come to the string, the first one, last column. Look at here. Right click, come to the string, last column, third number, number 2 decimal string. Right click, create label, connect with this. Okay. Now there is one array, build array function. One D array, it will be 2D array. Right click, build array functions, create indicators. Let's see. Okay, what will be the output here? Okay, wait, program is wrong. I need to write here. Okay, nice. If I will give the 20 and run, so it will be segregate for you even to even and odd to odd. Okay. When it will be done, then write done. After that, we will segregate only even part, only odd part. We'll segregate only even part and only odd part. Okay, need to leave. Okay. So please save this program. Okay. Please save this program as an odd and even function. Store. What this means? I don't know. What you want to ask Hanif? What do you want to ask Hanif? That means, okay, build array. Right click, come to the array, first column, sorry, second column, first one. Second column, second one. Sorry. Good. Tomorrow we will start from this platform, this section. Please save. Okay. And we will segregate. If you are able to segregate array, okay, if you are able to segregate the array, sorry, the even in a different loop, sorry, different array and odd in different array, then try. Other I will tell how can we do. Okay. Let's see. Okay, watch. Now we'll finish this thing. Look at here. Okay, click like this. Okay, control B, click like this carefully. Okay, Now watch here, please look at here, please all of you. Click on this auto index tunnel, come to tunnel mode, click on this last value conditional, right click, okay, right click here, tunnel mode, conditional, right click here, come to the boolean, take node. Let's check first it's right or wrong. Okay, let's check first it is right or wrong. After that I will show you. Run even and odd, okay, segregated. So the program for segregation is this: design and debate yourself, okay. From tomorrow, okay, tomorrow we will work again on the basic child learning apps first. After that we'll move. I hope all of you have saved the basic child learning apps. Tomorrow we will use, okay. So thank you for what. Okay, so thank you for watching, sorry, for this class. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.